Blood of My Blood Episode 4 was definitely a setup for all the amazing moments we are about to see in Episode 5, and I cannot wait, because I really feel like our characters might finally find some happiness. Will Julia and Henry finally reunite? Will Brian and Ellen survive Beltane without getting caught? What is going to happen at the festival? Let's not waste any time and dive right into what Episode 5 might bring. The title of Episode 5 is Need Fire, and here is the synopsis. Ellen and Brian attend Beltane, a festival to celebrate the coming of summer, where sins are burned away by the need fire. Henry struggles to hold on to his hope, and Julia loses allies when secrets come out. First things first, I am honestly just happy that Ellen and Brian will finally be able to see each other without hiding, because in the Episode 5 promo, we see the two of them dancing at the festival. But then, we also hear Ellen's conversation with Ned, where Ned says, "You won't do anything reckless tonight." Now, I do not think Ned has known about Ellen and Brian, but he definitely knows Ellen does not want to marry Malcolm. So I think what is happening here is that Ned sees Ellen and Brian dancing. He senses that something could be going on, and that is why he gives her this warning. But the real question is, will Ellen actually listen to him and avoid doing anything reckless? Of course not. After Malcolm and Ellen's ceremony at Beltane, I think we will see Ellen sneaking off one last time to be with Brian, and this time, it will not just be about dancing or sharing a look, it will be about making a real escape plan. Because by now, Ellen has already been seen with Malcolm, the marriage is looking more inevitable than ever, and she knows she is running out of time. But there is still one thing that keeps my hopes alive, and that is the ceremony scene we saw way back in the Season 1 trailer. At first, I was so sure it was Malcolm and Ellen's wedding, but now, I think that same scene might actually belong to Beltane, not a wedding at all. Which would mean, Beltane might be the closest Malcolm and Ellen ever get to actually marrying, and Brian and Ellen could still find a way to stop it from going any further. What do you think? Could Beltane be where this whole marriage idea finally falls apart? While you think about that, let's talk about the other couple, Julia and Henry, the one we are finally starting to feel hopeful about. Even though the synopsis says Henry struggles to hold on to his hope, I actually think that is a bit of a mislead, because in Episode 4, we saw Henry find Julia's necklace. Think about how hopeful that is. Your wife disappears, you travel through time, and suddenly, you realize you are both living in the same era. That is huge. In the promo, Henry does look sad towards the end of Beltane, but let's not forget, Julia will do anything to be in the same place where she last saw Henry, and in Episode 4, we already saw her determination. Plus, in the promo, it looks like Julia is preparing to go somewhere, maybe to Beltane. So if Henry is about to leave Beltane hopeless, and then suddenly Julia shows up right in front of him, I would not be shocked at all. That said, their problems are not over, and the biggest one still comes from Simon Fraser. Julia might have convinced Simon for now that the baby is his, but we see Mrs. Porter catching on to the truth and telling Brian about it. Thankfully, she tells Brian, and not Simon, and Brian, he would never leave Julia hanging. Not after everything she has done to help him with Ellen. I can easily see him brushing off Mrs. Porter, maybe even telling her she is imagining things or trying to convince his mom to support them, just to protect Julia's secret. But let's be real, if Mrs. Porter doesn't want to help this lie, at some point, this secret can reach Simon. And if Simon finds out, I really do not think he will show Julia any mercy. Hopefully Henry will find her before that happens. Because if not, things could get very ugly for Julia. So, what are your expectations for Episode 5? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more of Blood of My Blood, do not forget to like the video and subscribe. See you in the next one.